there, this is Tiff and welcome to the Tiffany Micah podcast. What we do here is we solve your problems so that you're out there working on achieving your big dreams and big goals. So when you listen to these episodes, if you can do me a favor, take a screenshot of the episode that you're actually listening to, share it on social media and share it with your friends with hashtag potential with Tiff, so that I can give you a shout out and really thank you for listening, because I'd really appreciate it. Hey there, this is Tiff from the Tiffany Micah podcast and welcome to today's episode. So here we are, we're going to continue with the Bloodline codes. And just before I share this next Bloodline code with you, just want to share also that I'm coming over to Canada. So if you listen from Canada, hello, I'm last minute I've been asked to host a golf tour over there and take a group of people over for golf. So we'll be going to Vancouver, Whistler and Kelowna. So if you live in any of those areas and you'd like to catch up, let me know, because that'd be really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So that's coming 13th of, I'll be over there from the 13th of August for 2 weeks. Anyway, let's get into the Bloodline code. So what we're going to be looking at today is blazing hot passion about your craft. So you know that you have to be passionate about what you do, because if you're not, what's the point? Really, what's the point if you're not passionate about what you do? And it does feel obsessive at times, like crazy obsessive. But that's what we athletes do. That's what we high performers do. We do become obsessed. We are obsessive about what we do. We want things, right? We want to achieve. We want to get the edge. We want to be the best we can possibly be, right? So, of course, we get obsessed. I get told about that all the time. I'm constantly working on improving me all the time, improving everything that I do, improving what I eat, right? Making sure that I'm highly focused. So if I'm highly focused, that means I'm putting the right nutrients in my body. I'm sleeping right. Right, so we've got to be obsessed with what we're pursuing. We really do. So what does blazing hot passion about your craft actually mean? Well, what does it mean? So you are feverish about your craft. You have a flaming hot passion about what you do. You have a flaming hot, raging desire to succeed in your craft. And you are highly vivacious, full of energy, highly dynamic, and determined to succeed. That's what I believe that you need to be in order to achieve what it is that you want. So what are really the main points here? Well, the main points are you're obsessive about your sport. You live and breathe it, and you're determined to succeed. And you know what? A lot of people will think that the way you think about this is not normal to feel this way. And I always say, well, you know what? They haven't found anything that they're completely passionate about, because it is normal to be obsessed about what you do. It is normal to want to be the best that you can be in your sport. It is normal that you want to be number one. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to feel that way, right? It's okay to live and breathe what you do. I do. I love it. When I was growing up, as you know, if you've heard me before, lived and breathed tennis, absolutely loved it. When I learnt to play golf, lived and breathed golf. Been skiing last week, which is it's a new sport for me. Love it. That's all I did, all day, every day. Lived and breathed it, dreamt about it, right? Lying awake at night thinking about how can I improve my technique the next day after my lesson. It's okay to feel that way. That's what we do. But let me tell you, from a person who's played sport her whole life, that's me, I've played sport my whole life, it is normal to be obsessed about your sport. It is normal to live and breathe it and want to succeed in it. Okay, it is normal. And the fact of the matter is that most people are not like you. My husband always says about me, you're in the minority. Well, guess what? So are you. You are in the minority because a lot of other people don't think the way that you do, don't feel the way that you do. And I think this is absolutely awesome. because you'll most likely feel like you don't fit in anywhere much unless you are playing in your sport or training in your sport or thinking and talking about your sport. And I was like that too. Like I said about my tennis, the way I felt about my tennis. I lived and breathed it. It was part of what I did. It was part of my existence. And I felt it from a young age when I had my first tennis camp. And I think I was around about 7 when I did my first tennis camp. I knew that was it for me. I knew it. When I stepped out onto that tennis court, that was it. And I lived for tennis every single day. And I couldn't wait for the weekends to come around so that I could play tennis all weekend. I couldn't wait for school to finish so I could go down and play tennis in the afternoon. And you know what? Even to this day, when I walk out onto a tennis court, and even though I don't play a lot of tennis these days, even when I still do a little bit of tennis coaching, but even to this day, when I walk out on the tennis court, I feel so at home. Right? It was all part of my existence, and I still love it. And when I took up golf, I had exactly the same obsession. I loved it. And the same thing is when I step onto the golf course, when I arrive at a golf course, I'm just at home because I've worked so hard at it and I've lived and I've breathed it, right? I've been obsessed about improvement. I've been obsessed about becoming really good at it. And when I discovered skiing 2 years ago, I've only had like a stint of skiing. Like 2 years ago, it was about 4 days of skiing and just came back this week from being away last week. I spent a whole week of skiing. And I'll tell you, I feel exactly the same way about skiing that I have felt about golf, that I have felt about tennis. I want to be a professional skier. I just love it. I absolutely love it. The same when I've shared with you before, if you have been listening to me before, my niece's soccer team, I help coach my niece's soccer team. I love it. I'm like, I should get back into soccer. I should play soccer. But for me, I don't want to just play. I want to be the best. And my husband says this to me all the time, that I'm not normal. And I know he means that in the nicest possible way. He's very loving, very caring, but he says that I'm not like everybody else. And I don't want to be like everybody else. I get up at 4:30 in the morning, most mornings, and train at the gym. On Thursday mornings, there's something about Thursday mornings. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what it is, but it's Thursday morning. I am alert, ready for action. I think it's what I do the day before from a food point of view that makes the difference. And 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm in the gym at 3:30 in the morning. Most other mornings, I'm in the gym somewhere between 4:30 and 5. But on a Thursday morning, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because I want to be better. And I love teaching sport. I'm obsessed about teaching about mindset around sport and around life. I know that if you work on improving your mindset, if you work on growing your mindset, you will get and accomplish your dreams. You really will. And if you look at the difference between the number one athlete in your sport, and if you look at like a number 20, number 50, number 100, what is it? It's all about the mindset, right? Between number 1 and number 100. The skills are the same, but it's what's going on inside or in between their ears, right? In their mind. So this is my obsession. Improving your mindset, growing your mindset, accomplishing your dreams. But for you to achieve your sports dreams, you will need to be obsessed. You will need to be passionate. You will need to love what you do. And it is normal for you to live and breathe it. It truly is. It's so normal. So that's how you become the champion that you want to become. And I remember a few years ago when I was coaching tennis full time and I had this sports skills business where I taught at a tennis center. And one of the top Australian doubles players, Sand and Stolly, used to come and train at the tennis centre where I used to teach at. We're talking probably about 15 years ago or so. And I used to ask him, I said, well, why are you still playing tennis? Because he wasn't like number one in the world or anything. He played a lot of singles, played a lot of doubles, did very well in the doubles. And he said, I just love playing tennis. He said, I really just love playing tennis. I love traveling around the world and I love the lifestyle. And I went, yep, okay, I get you. So he didn't, he was working on being the best that he could be, but he loved it. He loved doing it. He loved the lifestyle. He loved the travel. He loved the sport. He was passionate about the sport. So I'm here to tell you that if you're obsessed, it's normal for you to feel that way. Because I want you to become the athlete you want to become. It's all part of your makeup in your DNA, okay? So I hope you enjoyed today's episode on the Bloodline code, blazing hot passion about your craft. I'd love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. And if you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, I'd really appreciate too if you could share these episodes with your friends, because we want to build the Reach Your Potential with Tiff community as big as we possibly can. So I want you to, before you go, make sure you leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes, because we want to make sure that we're reaching out to all those people that are just like you and me. So I want you to dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Have an awesome day. Take care. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening today. If you have any questions about the frustrations that you're actually going through right now, come over and visit my site, tiffany-mika.com, and you will see on the home page I've set up Ask Tiff. Now what Ask Tiff is this is where you can ask me a question and I will record an episode for you on how to solve that frustration or those frustrations you're actually going through, so that we can get the problem solved for you, so that you're actually out there achieving your big dreams and goals. So if you want me to mention your name in the episode, happy to do so. If you don't, I can keep it anonymous. It's fine by me. But make sure you go over and go to the Ask Tiff on the homepage of my website. If you've just got 30 seconds to spare, I'd also appreciate if you could leave a 5-star review wherever you hear these episodes. And remember, take a screenshot, add the hashtag potential with Tiff, so that I can give you a shout out for sharing these episodes on social media. I'd really appreciate it. And remember this, always, always, always dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams.